Hi, I'm Demi, a graduate intern from GM Hire. We work with schools and colleges in Greater Manchester, providing information, advice and guidance about higher education. In this session, we'll be looking at what degree and higher apprenticeships are in our degree and apprenticeship workshop. Higher apprenticeships give you the opportunity to combine full-time employment and part-time study. This pathway will provide you with a Level 4 or a Level 5 qualification, which is equivalent to the first or second year of university. This qualification consists of 80% on-the-job training and 20% academic learning through a training provider. They usually take between 1 and 5 years to complete. They're also very competitive. Something important to consider with all apprenticeships is that people of all different ages are applying. Therefore, in order to succeed in your application, you really need to stand out. Like any other apprenticeship, you will earn whilst you learn, as you will receive a salary for the duration of the apprenticeship. Higher apprenticeships typically contain one of the following qualifications: a foundation degree, a higher national certificate, or a higher national diploma. All of these are also qualifications that you can study full-time separately at local FE colleges. Just like a higher apprenticeship, a degree apprenticeship gives you the opportunity to combine full-time employment with academic learning through part-time study. However, the qualification that you'll receive after you complete a degree apprenticeship is a full bachelor's degree. This route is once again 80% on-the-job training and 20% academic learning through a training provider. You'll earn as you learn, and your pay will increase incrementally throughout your time on the apprenticeship. A typical salary is around £16,000 to £18,000. Degree apprenticeships usually take 4 to 7 years to complete. They're very competitive, and as they involve degree level learning, when applying, your training provider will be looking for good Level 3 grades. To sum apprenticeships up, you'll be expected to contribute as a full-time employee from day one. Sometimes it's easier to think of the 80-20 split as 4 days working and 1 day with the training provider, but they don't always follow this structure. Sometimes you'll spend an extended block with your employer and then study for a few days with your training provider. All the learning that you do with your training provider will link back to the role that you're doing with the employer. Your projects will be work-based and will reflect on your workplace practices. Something that's really important to consider when thinking about applying for an apprenticeship is they're not an easy route to pick. You must be exceptionally motivated to be able to work full-time and balance your studies. You'll be expected to complete around 2 to 8 hours of independent study a week. This is a table that outlines the different levels of apprenticeships that you can do. When choosing what path you'd like to take, you can use this table for reference, so you know you're gaining the right qualifications that you want and need. Information about foundation degrees, HNCs and HNDs are at the start of this workshop. In order to weigh it up, if you are considering doing an apprenticeship, this is what you can get. You will be entitled to a salary, as you will earn as you learn. You can get significant employment experience. Your employer will pay for your education and training, which means you will not have any tuition fees to pay. However, something to consider about this is that you'll also not be eligible for any student support when it comes to finances. You will gain strong links with an employer. You will get specific knowledge and skills linked to the industry. You will get a high-level qualification at the end of it, and you'll get the opportunity to study with other apprentices. On the other hand, if you decide to study a full-time degree, you can choose between over 30,000 different courses. You'll be entitled to the full student experience. You can get good earning potential at the end of your degree. You will also have the opportunity to complete an internship or a placement year. So if you're worried about not gaining any work experience whilst you're doing a full-time degree, this is something that you can consider. You may be eligible for a scholarship or a bursary, and you'll get a good repayment programme. However, if you decide to do a full-time degree, you also need to pay tuition fees.
Thank you for taking part in this session. What did you think? Let us know by completing this short survey. You can access this by clicking the link or scanning the QR code.